Welcome along, it's match day 2 of the AFC Champions League Elite, and we've got a rematch of last year's semi-final as Yokohama F Marinos welcome Ulsan HD to the International Stadium. Well, that's the table as it stands, but bear in mind, column 2 tells you that some teams have played twice and these teams have only played once, so the bad news is that Yokohama F Marinos at bottom of the table as it stands. 25 degrees Celsius, quite humid. Early evening. Will be a 7 o'clock kickoff in a few minutes' time when we kick off. Well, Yokohama got the better of that two-legged semi-final last season. Ulsan won the first match 1-0, but Marinos won the second 3-2, and it went to penalties. And the goalkeeper, William Pop, saved from Kim Min-woo. And it was Yokohama F Marinos into the final. They lost it against Al Ain, but they were the top side of East Asia last season. That's not the case so far. An embarrassing start to this competition. They were beaten 7-3 by Gwangju on match day 1. They're not exactly in top form themselves, Gwangju, at the moment. 7th in Korea's K-League. The Marinos are also 10th in the J-League. Harry Kuehl has moved on in July. John Hutchinson hasn't found a magical solution. Recent results include a 6-2 defeat against Sanfrecce Hiroshima and a 3-1 defeat against FC Tokyo at the weekend. It's hard to put your finger on exactly what went wrong. Ulsan also started with defeat 1-0 against Kawasaki Frontale in their first game. They're doing well domestically, top of the K-League. They're about to, in a couple of weeks, move into the final stage of the league there. Good chance of becoming champions, although 3 games to come. John Hutchinson said that his team were defeated. Physical and mental strength and skill. Doesn't leave a lot left, does it? But he was diplomatic there about the goalkeeping performance of the youngster Riku Terracado, who he brought in to make a debut. And got to say, an absolute stinker in that game. It's not their only problem. Their stats are frankly weird. Good at some things, and an absolute mess at others. Goalkeeping has been their problem. And when we get to the team news, I'll tell you now, it's not exactly a secret, 38-year-old Hiroki Ikura has been recalled to the team, which probably isn't a shock given how games have been going recently. The flags are fluttering. A stirring musical anthem. Attendances haven't been brilliant at the International Stadium this season. 6th highest in Japan, average 24,300, which is a fair way down on last season's campaign. But they were doing better last season than this, so sort of explains it. However, as you'll see when these guys get going, there'll be no shortage of enthusiasm. I must confess to my lack of preparedness. I think that was from Les Miserables, but the players are about to be welcomed out. It's a spectacular start, isn't it? Let's hope the game lives up to the preparations, to the build-up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the teams of Yokohama F Marinos and Ulsan HD FC.
So Japan against South Korea. 2 big hitting leagues of the East Asian game. Champions League Elite has the teams in groups of 12 at this stage, with an East group and a West group, and you play 8 selected opponents, or drawn at random, sort of random opponents. There's a seeding element within that as well, but you play 8 different opponents, so you don't play the same people twice. These two teams are very familiar, of course, after last year's semi-final. And then there's a round of 16, so that's 8 in the East, 8 in the West, still regionalised. And all working through, of course, ultimately to the final. But there's a lot of football to be played first. Ups and downs, and the good news is that having been beaten on match day 1, there is plenty of time to recover. The players prepare to line up for the anthem. Yokohama F Marinos in the blue. Well, 2 familiar opponents line up and share their pre-match respect. Sort of an opportunity to get one back, but obviously the players have changed a bit. Harry Kuehl has moved on from Marinos. Man in charge now, his old mate John Hutchinson, and he names this team only 5 survivors, perhaps understandably, from that embarrassing start. The centre-backs, interestingly, stay in. Taki Watanabe and Takumi Kamijima. 2 centre-mids stay as well, Yamane and Kuta Watanabe. And the Brazilian winger Elber. The 38-year-old goalkeeper is Hiroki Ikura. So 41 there was the goalkeeper from the first game, who was making his debut and didn't have a great debut. And the regular number 1, William Popp, left out. Saved the penalty in the shootout in the semi-final. Crucially from that man, in fact, the captain Ulsan Kim Min Woo. We have a set of officials from Saudi Arabia, including the VAR. Plenty of changes from Ulsan as well, 6 changes from them. And they include a Japanese international, Wataru Asaka, in their midfield, the Georgian winger, Georgi Arabidza, and a Brazilian attacker in Iago Cariello. And those 2, Arabidza and Iago, are the only players under 30. 4 of this starting lineup are 34 or older. Certainly can't put any deficiencies down to a lack of experience. I guess with extra substitutions available to coaches these days, you could say that it gives an opportunity to extend the playing career of some of the veterans. And a Brazilian influence, of course, throughout the AFC Champions League. That's Asaka, the Japanese, and then Anderson Lopez, the dyed blonde hair, top scorer for Marinos this season and 25 last season. They're a little down. It's been a strange and frustrating season. Obviously for both of these sides, their domestic season is very well advanced. Yokohama F Marinos are going nowhere. In the J-League they are mid-table, but Ulsan very much going for the title in the K-League. So it's Ulsan, the visitors, in white, and the home side in blue. who need a huge improvement on what was a shambolic opening day 7-3 defeat. We've seen some tight and tactical matches in this competition so far. The relaunched, rebranded competition. That game was anything but. Here's KOR. So he hasn't played since August. He's played 6 times in the J-League this season, so it's not as if they dusted him off. And there's a long kick, and it does run through to Nishimura. He goes into the penalty area. He's a little hesitant there. Didn't manage to get a shot or a cross in the end. Some good defending from Shim Sang-min. Ulsan, both of these teams are the top possession sides in their respective domestic leagues, which hasn't done Yokohama much good this season. 60% possession, but easily the most efficient team at retaining the ball, but for what? As Anderson Lopez back was just kept in play, and Nishimura goes again. Anderson Lopez, one of their Brazilians, very heavily with their Brazilian influence. Yokohama with restrictions. I mean, they're not the tightest of restrictions on the number of foreign players allowed in the league. Also, in the K-League, you're allowed to add in an Asian Federation player, which is Osaka. In their case, the Japanese midfield player. Cho Hyung-woo was South Korea's goalkeeper at the 2018 World Cup. It's nicely worked by the Korean side. Yago, I think it was a shot at goal. It was an interesting bit of judgment as he tried to curl that from a long way. Mixed up from Yokohama. That was definitely a long ball, played quickly to Jan Mateus. Who's one of their Brazilian squad. The long ball, bit of shirt pulling going on, but the goalkeeper, KOR, comes and clears it. Safety first. Humanities well, the centre of the midfield, one of the players who's retained his place. Captain Matsubara. The feet of Anderson Lopez. Drops off and he finds Elbert. The Brazilians into the penalty area, cuts it back well. What a start, what a goal. It's Kouta Watanabe. In the 4th minute, Yokohama F Marinos take the lead. Wonderfully worked by that man's team. Anderson Lopez dropping into the midfield. Misjudgment by the right back allowed Elbert behind. And he chose the right option, cut it back to the midfielder, Kouta Watanabe, who was making the run into the penalty area. And a calm finish by the 25-year-old midfield player. And that is exactly what this struggling team needed. Well, there has been very much no shortage of entertainment in Yokohama games so far this season. They might say, they might feel for the wrong reasons. Nagato just pumps it safely out of play. It's Ko Seung-bom, deepest midfielder there. Lim Chong-yun. He goes to Young Ilok, who's the right back. Worked it nicely. How patient will they stay? They've got a little static up front. Kim Jong-un again goes wide to Young Ilok. Yokohama working hard, keeping a defensive shape and putting pressure on, and it's won back by Yamane. Sent it to him, really. Yokohama on the attack again, and it's swung into the penalty area, and Lim Chong-yun stooped to head it away. John Hutchinson is the interim coach. He was with Seattle Sounders. Coaching team, Japanese. Turned into trouble there. Yamane again collects it. Nagato to Elbe. Here's one of their scorers on match day 1, Elbe. Pings around and finds Matsubara. Anderson Lopez. Goes back again to Kauta Watanabe. They worked that into the penalty area. It just overran it there, the goal scorer, Watanabe. Playing with real confidence, the home side. With 11 caps for Malta, though you hear him speak, you might figure out that he's actually Australian. Lopez, now the most advanced player. Interesting. Free kick awarded. Interesting to see where the bar is set by the Saudi match officials. Arabidze puts a dangerous ball into the penalty area. No touch on it from the defender. Kim Min-woo made the run into the box. He'll probably be the most advanced of the central midfielders. Young Ilok to the feet of Kim Min-woo. Kim Min-woo then goes wide. Shim San-min is forward, the left back. It's a twist and turn. Clear to the edge of the penalty area. Kim Min-woo drops deep. Ko Seung-bom plays that ball back deep. Yokohama win it back again, and it slipped to the feet of Nishimura. Gives it to Elbert and goes looking for the return ball that was intercepted by Jung Woo-young. Elbert, safety first. That's a little apology there from the Brazilian winger to his teammates to have played quite so safely. I think when you've conceded 6 and 7 in a couple of recent games, I think some safety first is probably understandable. Nishimura wide to Elbert. The left back carries his run into the penalty area, and he got there as well. Nagato didn't think he was favourite. Iago manages to turn his man. The referee is happy with the challenge. Everyone will be happy with the second bit of skill that followed from Taiki Watanabe. Here's Anderson Lopez again. And then Brazilian forwards, and he rolls it between the, good and bad for the Brazilians. He rolled it between the legs of the defender, then Jan Mateus. He stabbed at it with his standing foot. Kim Pang-gun is the experienced head coach. A lot of experience in international football. He was the Malaysia national team coach before this job, and he's been the coach of the Hong Kong team as well. Ulsan forced into going long, but Iago gives them that outlet, of course, the long ball forward towards the burly Brazilian. Matsubara, carelessly out of play from the captain. It's not the standard the captain would like to set. Aggressive in the defending again, Taiki Watanabe. It's carelessly played into the midfield. A little shove on the back there by Anderson Lopez. Might just test the patience of the referee. Got away with it. Juan Soko had made that impressive burst forward from central defensive position. Arbitzer is the little man. Chung Woo Young also there and lining it up. It's Arbitzer. I think somewhere that was behind the goal caught it, or whether it landed behind him and he already had another one ready to go. Pang-gun not giving any clues away as to how he's feeling. He's obviously not enjoyed the first few minutes, his side trailing. Not sure if that was the plan to fizz that through to Anderson Lopez, but the Brazilian showed for it. Gets it back again from his countryman Jan Mateus. Nagato comes forward now. Elber down that left side. It ran away from him. Subara couldn't get on the end of it, so Ulsan are able to break away. Kosun Bomb. Huang Soko joins in. Now Arbitzer. Was careless again, given away to Nishimura. Important challenge there. Oh, the referee brings it back. I think it might have been one to have just allowed a second to let it run through. Yellow card for Huang Soko. There to be one. I think it's more of a big sweeping motion. Actually went over the top of the ball, missed the ball, didn't he? Huang Soko. That's why the yellow card came out. Nagato. Elber. The left back continues his run, and they're getting blue shirts into the box, and they get forward, particularly down that left side, and a free kick, and Nagato's queries was indeed against him. Again, we see Ulsan happy to sort of build up from deep and then lost their patience. Haven't really risked anything there to draw in the press, and a yellow card shown to the captain, Matsubara.
Come on, man. Hey, come on. Oh, my God, man. It's football, cuz. Okay, handy face screen, free kick.
Jumping with his arm raised. Might have heard the Australian accent of John Hutchinson there. Here's Ko Seung-bom, Lim Chong-yun, Soko. Again, go forward. Haven't been finding the passes. Yokohama happy to hit on the break. And the goalkeeper comes out, doesn't get there. And Jan Mateus will put this into the net. And the referee gives the goal. It's 2. We will have to come back and have a look at the offside for this. But Jan Mateus, for now, celebrates. Yokohama keep finding the back of the net. Well, let's have a look at this on the first replay before we pick the bones out of it. Oh, he's onside, isn't he? So he's timed it perfectly. Elbert released his fellow Brazilian. And that, I'm afraid to say, is poor stuff from Jo Hyung-woo, the goalkeeper. Korean Republic international keeper. That's a terrific pass. And he just plays it. Oh, we have to check the handball as well, actually, because he plays it against him. So even in, well, right. Pick the bones out of this. He's onside, I'm confident. The VAR will check that. Now, does this hit his hand? I think it does, doesn't it? And a lack of celebration, I think, might just give the game away. And the referee is being asked to give the final verdict on this. I think his hand is raised. Doesn't matter where his hand is, because he's the scorer. If it hits his hand, it's no goal. Yeah, it's handball. Handball in the old days. Puts his hand up, it would have gone past him. And I'm going to say that Jo Hyung-woo, the Ulsan goalkeeper, is getting away with this one. Because it was poor goalkeeping. He just got lucky that it actually happened to hit the hand of Jan Mateus. VAR, much maligned VAR, certainly controversial VAR. Has definitely bailed out Ulsan there. Right call though, it was handball. It wasn't obvious first time, was it, from the referee's position? How could the referee have seen that? Because I think the striker's body is entirely blocking what he sees. And as I say, the rules now are clear. Any sort of handball before you score a goal means it's no goal. That one, before that rule was in place, that's a handball. Flinched and put his hand up and blocked the ball. Now, again, Ulsan are in behind. Again, it was close on the offside, and it's a good save. And now the flag is raised against Georgi Arapidze. Officials advised to wait, because you can see the assistant referee, he's running as well. The players run ridiculously fast these days, so it makes sense to play it safe on the offsides, let the play happen, and then give it to the VAR to sort out. Just need the VAR to work quickly and efficiently. Misjudgment by Yamane in the midfield there with that leap into the air. Ulsan work it wide right again to Arapidze. Georgian is stopped by Nagato. Misaka. Nagato. KOR's pass wasn't the best there, was he? Dragged it. Lucky that no one was pressing particularly high from Ulsan. Here's Elber. Set up one goal, set up a second. That was subsequently disallowed. His bit was perfect though, he released the pass at just the right time. My instinct was to look for offside initially, and they tried to release Jan Matheus again. I think he's onside again. He dances the defender back into the penalty area, then dinks it towards the back post. Crucial touch in there, Anderson Lopez recovers it. Come back for some treatment perhaps, and a yellow card for one captain for the foul on the other, Kim Min-woo. Ken Matsubara. Wasn't the one centre screen, it's the one slightly off to the one there. Off to the left. Third yellow card shown in the opening quarter of the game. Elber. KOR. Veteran, and again, he's in advance of both of his central defenders. Let's get the pass right once he's that far up. Wary not to constrict the space of his centre-backs and leave them without a good option. You look at the fouling player, the right-back. With his hands full, the right-back against Elber. Anderson Lopez did terrifically there to work a bit to get it under control, but his strength and his skill was evident. Elber into the box. Always looks to come inside and then pick out a runner. It's a little careless, put pressure on the defender to clear. Free kick for Yokohama. Watanabe, the early goal scorer, the player fouled. Just rolled it to get it back into play, Kamajima. Deflection from the player who was closing. I think this is just a dispute about where it went out, isn't it, from the referee. Suddenly goes quiet when the singing stops, doesn't it? That's better. Spitzer wanted a free kick, he went down. Anderson Lopez. Nishimura. Massive white shirts get around them, but it's one back again. Challenge from behind was a good one, a clean one. Kota Watanabe, and then his wasn't. Free kick is given for the challenge. Saka, player fouled. Yago went down hoping for a free kick, and it is given. I think for that final challenge there, there are a few that it could have been. Chung Woo Young being spoken to by the referee. Referee is Mohammed Al Hoish, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Ulsan can't get hold of the ball at the moment. Taiki Watanabe to Elbe. Anderson Lopez turns and thought about playing in Matsubara. Then he hesitated. That's a decent ball to curl in and give Yago something to chase, give himself a shooting position. His teammate had a point. An injury here to the defender who made the block. Taiki Watanabe, I think. He's a big man, Iago Carriello. Not sure where the contact was, but there's something. Taking the wind out of his sails. There's a bit of contact on the follow through. He also contacts the ball, isn't he, at the same time that the shot comes in, so maybe that's it, or a bit in the follow through. Taiki Watanabe. Very quickly, thank you, Watanabe. And this careless play. Kick given away by Jan Matthäus. Kim Min-woo. Arapidze waits and then plays it out to the fullback. Arapidze collected again and goes from long range, and it's safely handled by Iokura. Too much wrestling going on. Anderson Lopez foul, but he wants to get on with it quickly and finds Elbert. Ishimura made a run. He was offside. Jan Mateos is onside though. Drifts inside, looking for that left foot to shoot. And it's just a little bit wide. Made himself room just to get that sight of the goal, try and whip it back into the near post. Shirt pulling going on by Kamijima, the centre back, who tracked a long way back, a long way forward into the opposition half to defend. Flash in the midfield, referee didn't see a foul. So Yokohama have only got one shot credited to them. Feels like a better performance than that. But it's obviously safe to say that they haven't pressed on from a very good start. Good energetic pressing there from Ulsan to win the ball back and get quickly on the attack. Cross is surely the goalkeeper's to claim. Iago stumbling into Iokura. Look with the cross, the right back. Again, they're happy for that ball to go back to the central defenders. Scott don't know what the advantage of that is. To seem to put them under pressure, restrict their space a little bit more. Maybe they're happier receiving the ball facing the goal, and that's what the angle is there for, but it's not being played under any pressure initially. Create its own pressure, such as a miscontrol there by Shim Sang-min. Onside here. And it's just a little heavy-legged there. Nishimura. There's no offside from a throw-in, in case you are new to football. There's nothing that stops strikers just going as far forward as they like. And this is nicely worked through here. Kyo-sun Bom overhits his cross. Careless really, wasn't it? In the midfield now, Jung Woo Young. Young Ilok into the penalty area and a diving clearance away by centre back Watanabe. This control by Anderson Lopez, who's been generally excellent. Then his challenge then forces Matsubara back to the goalkeeper. Iokura has to clear his lines, but is happy to do so. Ulsan have grown into the game. Isaka with the ball forward and wide. Oh, now that little shove in the back, was it in the penalty area? The referee didn't see it as enough contact to force the player to go down. But we do have VAR. Might be tempted just to wait. So it was played back to Jan Ilok. And then it's Riku Yamane. So both hands on. It's not that any contact equals a foul. Is the contact significant? It is a contact sport. Football, you're allowed to touch people. See if the VAR thinks the referee should give it a rethink. We play on. I think good decision. Sorry if you are an Ulsan fan and you disagree. Don't think it was the hands in the back that pushed Jan Ilok to the ground. And again, it's a closed line for the offside here. He's got the chance to shoot, and there, yeah, the flag then is raised. Yokora complaining. Yeah, he's miles off, isn't he, to be fair? So, okay, probably was an opportunity to raise the flag and stop the attack. Watanabe goes to Katsuya Nagato and Elbe. Made it out to the game. Can he reimpose himself here? He can find Anderson Lopez. And on in turn, three Brazilians combine. Jan Mateus' shot was blocked. Matsubara goes again. Yamane. Just needed a bit more on that from Anderson Lopez, but he manages to retrieve the ball, recycle the attack. Elbe. Matsubara comes central. And his pass forces Jan Mateus wide. Nagato. Elbe into the penalty area now. He cut it back without looking, and he had more time, I think, than he realised. Nagato again. Another good spell here for the home side. Nishimura. But a swinger through that, and they smashed the cross through the penalty area. Brazilians threatening for Yokohama, but not yet recreating their early extent of the threat. Clash of heads will delay the game for a little bit of treatment to come. Matsubara is down, not for the first time. The captain for Yokohama F, Marinos. There are 50 Brazilians playing in the J League, and that's with restrictions on the number of foreign players. Ice cold water. One or two words of instruction from Kim Pan-gun. You're not supposed to be, it's not a impromptu timeout for the coaches. They'll have a bit more than 5 minutes to wait. What was that lovely bit of build-up play by Elbe, who took it beautifully into his stride and rolled it back for Kota Watanabe. Well, John Hutchinson's half-time team talk will be a lot more positive than in some of his recent games. It's the back of the head of Matsubara, the chin of Iago. And the cap will hopefully get him through to half-time. Not sure what he's showing there. Is there a bit of blood on the shorts? Not seen. He seemed to draw the officials' attention to it. He's quickly back on. Another close call on the offside as Kim Min-woo broke the line again. Mesaka. And then swung in by Arabidze. Nudged to the ground by Yuku Yamane. And into the penalty area, cut back, and Iago can't get a shot away. Sim Chang-min goes to the byline and cuts it in again, and the big Brazilian Iago jumped well, his header was blocked. Now there's a break. Nishimura releases Elbert. The Brazilian finds his countryman in Anderson Lopez, and across it comes. What an opportunity. Have they overworked it? No, they haven't. Brilliantly finished by Nishimura. That was a devastating break by Yokohama. Ulsan attacking at one end of the pitch. Seconds later, they've carved through the retreating defence. From the penalty area, right at the pitch they go. Elbert quickly into Anderson Lopez, and he cuts it across to Jan Mateus. Didn't fancy the first time shot, but Nishimura was following up in support, and he set it up for his teammate to slam into the bottom corner. Lethal attack. Yokohama F Marinos are 2 goals to the good. Choir has found its voice again. Ricochets away from Nishimura. 4 minutes added on. At the end of the first half, very positive first half for the losing finalists from last year. Young Ilok fouled by Yamane. Arabidze. take responsibility for the set piece, the relatively high defensive line. Evident again, you see that everywhere now. Arbitze therefore has plenty to aim for. The shot then is blocked. Kim Min-woo with the attempt. Nagato, the defender. It's out in lane 4. Shim Sang-min. Approaching like a javelin thrower. Now it goes long into the penalty area. They scored last time they were defending this deep en masse. But the ref says play on. Isaka puts a dangerous looking ball in. Half clear by Matsubara. Elbert, oh what a touch. This could open up. He's got Nishimura in support. The pass was just a little short. He might have to come back this way. Nishimura goes on and he finds Elbert. A touch on that. Might have been off a defender, but he's put it into the penalty area anyway. Osaka decided to get it down and build again. Didn't make the most of that opportunity. Yokohama. Kuto Watanabe. Strong challenge on Nishimura. Loose ball collected by Matsubara for Yokohama. Anderson Lopez. Elba. Now from the right. Elba's 32. He's been in Japan 3 years now. Came from Bahia. A long established link between Japanese football and Brazilian football, not just on the pitch, but in coaching terms as well. And general influence. Going back to the days of Zico. This is nicely worked. Nagato. Again, they go for that cut back ball, but the opponent read it better than any of his teammates. But he might get another go here. Nagato. And across to Elbert. Saw the run of Nishimura, tried to slip it into him. And the referee brings a conclusion to a very satisfying first half for Yokohama F Marinos, who lead by 2-0, wiping away much of the embarrassment of their first match day in the AFC Champions League Elite. Kouta Watanabe with an early goal. Takuma Nishimura with one late in the first half. Anderson Lopez has excelled. Ulsan HD have some work to do during half-time. Half-time, Yokohama 2, Ulsan 0.
or if you have been along paths yet to
さあ、ハーフタイム抽選の時間がやってまいりました。当選者には上田正史選手サイン入り色紙プラスタオルマフラーをプレゼントですよ。当選者を選んでいきたいと思いますが、行きましょう。欲しい人
お願いします。はーい。
どなたが一番リードしてくれるのか。では当選者、大型画面に映し出していきます。ご注目ください。当選はこの方です。
おめでとうございます。
そうです。気づいていただきました。
赤木選手のユニフォームを持ってましたね。おめでとうございます。
お渡しいたしましたが、はい、
おめでとう。
色紙もしっかりと手に取っていただきました。というわけで当選されたこの方、おめでとうございます。以上、ハーフタイム抽選でした。選手がピッチに入ってきます。後半も熱いプレーをする選手は当初、まもなく後半キックオフ。
Welcome back to the International Stadium, Yokohama, where the home side, Yokohama F Marinos, lead by 2-0 at half-time. Much improved position from their absolute hammering on the first match day. Goals in the 4th minute from Kota Watanabe and 44th from Takuma Nishimura. Both scored by Japanese players, both made in Brazil. You might notice a different goalkeeper. Moon Ho. Double change because Saka is off as well. Yu Min Kyu is on. Another 34-year-old. Just in case they thought they were lacking a little bit of experience. Another Korea Republic international. In fact, the goalkeeper is there, isn't he? Same goalkeeper. So we saw, for Ulsan, we saw the sub-keeper, Moon Yeon-ho, warming up extensively. But the only changes in midfield with Shu Min-kyu coming on. The referee allowing Yokohama Marinos to get underway. So Ulsan were entirely ready. We'll see if they're ready in the bigger sense. They weren't quite at the start of the first half. Here's Elbeck making himself room to get a shot away. It was dipping, it wasn't a million miles wide. It's been a good outlet, Elbeck. Shifted back over to the left side. He played the last 5-10 minutes maybe of the first half on the right. Here he is again. That wasn't the best play. The man whose praises I think I was justifiably singing. The home supporters again. Tuneful and supportive. Young Ilok, the right back, to Lim Chong-yun. Nicely worked in the midfield and Kota Watanabe, but then it's given away to Arabidze. Positive run, and then the right back joins in. Young Ilok. Oh, and it's floated up and a great chance, and it's headed wide. Mistimed by Yago. Not sure who he's blaming at the end of this. He's definitely going for goal. He just threw it too early. Kim Min-kyu is the nearest player to it, but there was no way he was heading the ball to his teammate there. KOR hits it long. Both sides made 6 changes from their first match day. Both sides beaten in the first game. And it is a long format. You do play 8 games all the way through to February, but you don't lose your first 2. 8 teams qualify from each of the 12-team regionalised groups. Yokohama on the attack again, and an overlapping run came from Nishimura, scorer of the second goal. Really good break. Kim Min-woo might need a bit of treatment here. Wasn't he? Sort of chopped down onto the ball and into his opponent and twisting his opponent's ankle. Kim Min-woo hobbles to the touchline. Energetic press by Yamane, the central midfield player. Comes out to Young Ilok and forced all the way back to their own byline. Good play though. Now is there an outlet? Goes forward to Yaga and then it's lost. But once you've held on to it that long and you've got players in decent position, then you're not totally exposed and vulnerable. Losing it really quickly when you're playing from the back, or losing it deep inside your own half. It turns straight into a chance. Throw in though to Nishimura. And that's just careless. He played that without looking. That's Subara, and then a good turn, and it's a foul by Kamajima. He might get further punishment here. Referee is Mohamed Al Hoish, and he shows the yellow card to the Marinos centre-back. Not much contact, is there, on review. VAR won't get involved with the yellow card. Hutchinson, a Aussie-born, Malta international, still described as the interim coach. Sort of comes with an implication that they're not too happy. But it's an interesting political challenge for the teams in Japan and Korea, because their season doesn't match with the Champions League season, but obviously long used to that. Arvidsson. Spread out to the far side to Kim Min-woo. The cross was just swung in quickly by Shim Sang-min. options available, but Cho Hyun-woo goes over the top. Seemed to be drawing the press as high as he could and then springing it with a clipped ball into the midfield, but it didn't work. Haven't been able to sustain real attacking phases of play, Ulsan. This is nicely worked. Nagato cuts it back to Anderson Lopez, and then the long range shot by Riku Yamane is easily dealt with by Cho Hyun-woo. Here's Ko Seon-bom. The sub, Yu Min-kyu. Tries to fade that one out wide, but it's read by Matsubara. Jan Mateus back again for his captain. There are 2 to aim for. Managed to dissect the 2. The long ball forward is for Yago, and it's then for the goalkeeper, Hiroki Yokora, 38-year-old, recalled to the team today. They've been having goalkeeper problems. Their general defensive play stats are decent. Yokohama just thrown away games, conceded far too many goals, essentially from poor goalkeeping. They've tried lots of things. The regular number 1, William Popp, is on the bench. He made the save in the semi-final between these 2 teams last season, the end of the shootout. Kim Min-woo, that was decisive. Second leg of that game was an extraordinary start. It was 1-0 to Ulsan from the first, and then Yokohama raced into an early lead, and then it was 3-2. Nothing much happened second half. Izarabidza, the Georgian. Yoni Lok. Lim Jong-hyun. Arabidze. And Yoni Lok again. Arabidze again. And Jung Woo-young. Ran out of patience. Had the passes, had the options to retain possession. There's no point in retaining possession for its own sake, but likewise no point in slinging the ball in the box if there's no one ready. Substitution coming, captain's off. He hands over the armband. I think it's going to be passed on again. I think he's only a custodian. The long ball will get Jan Mateus breaking forward, and he's got Anderson Lopez, and he just undercut his pass, needed a bit more on it. It was careless play really by Mateus. Throw-in goes into the penalty area quickly. Good shot back. The first bit was good, but then the second bit allowed Wang Soko to clear. Albert, the man penalised. Here's Yu Min-kyu. As we work it into the penalty area, which way does it deflect? Off the defender? Or is it off the attacker? It came back, didn't it, off the attacking player and bounced out to play. Yokohama on the attack, Elbeck. Nagato, Kota Watanabe. A reorganisation for Ulsan since Lee Chun-yong came on. Very much a different role for Yeon Il-ok, centre of the park. Now it's worked wide. Coming up to the hour mark. The shot is lashed over the top. Aforementioned former right back Yeon Il-ok. Lee Chong-young down that left side, and two more changes coming. Arabitzer is off, and so is Sim Chang-bin. Coming on, Lee Mung-jae. Who's another fullback actually, and also Kim Min-jun. Bit of youth, he's only 24. Free kick given against skipper Ken Matsubara, still wearing that protective headwear from his blow in the first half. This is much better from Ulsan as the ball is crossed into the penalty area, put behind by Nagato. Cross from Lee Chung-yong. Four subs on now, Ulsan. The near post it goes. Anderson Lopez with the header away. And then dig back into the middle in an important block. The goalkeeper comes. There was a miss at the back post. He just didn't make any contact with it. The danger's not gone yet. It was Lim Jong-yun who had the opportunity. Nagato still's got to get this away, and now the two players involved in that collision, it was Lim Jong-yun who had the chance, and poor old Matsubara is down again. That's terrific defending by Anderson Lopez, but there's the chance and he just misses it entirely. He's injured at the second time, isn't he? There's the... Fell to the wrong man, I suppose you'd say. The centre-back just missed it, bounced up and hit him on the backside, and then he and Matsubara get injured in the second challenge. Matsubara might not be able to carry on here. Misjudgment by the goalkeeper. I think Matsubara does just get fallen on. This might give us the angle. Just caught as Lim Jong-yun goes down. Trying to prize the stretch underneath Kenta Inouye. Would seem to be the man coming on. A double change right to Koke. Koke takes the armband. And we'll see who's going off. Someone else needs to go off, obviously, to get both players on. I think the referee has told them they weren't ready and has moved on, which is not a popular decision. Had to reorganise. Yamane has gone into right back for the time being, but they're a player down at the moment. Elbert could just knock this out of play. That was the most sensible thing to do. The fourth official getting his board ready. Koike takes over the armband. And Elbek is the other player withdrawn. As well as the injured skipper, Ken Matsubara, who's been, as we say, in the wars. The ball is stolen back and an opportunity to break for Koike. Tries to find Nishimura, but it was a poor pass. Yokohama happy to look for breaking opportunities. Kenta Inouye leading that one. He's come with a fresh sense of urgency. Jan Mateus. Taiki Watanabe. Shepherded out of play by Koike. Anderson Lopez to be able to nick this, but can't find his teammate Jan Mateus, who's switched into Elbe's position. This is a more significant reorganisation. So where would you put Kenta Inouye? He's on the right side at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on that. Junamano, another attacking midfield player, is ready for action. The press forces Ulsan to go long, and then the second ball is indeed won, but collected in midfield by Ulsan. So it sort of worked out nicely for them. Lee Myung-jae, one of their substitutes. Comes out to Kim Min-jun on the right wing. Sokyo into the box it goes with Lee Chun-jong. He got a new role as well. It started when he first came on down the left side, but it's been another rejig, I think, here from Ulsan. And Kim Pan-gun. There's a bit of blood, I think, is what Rikyu Yamane is being told to sort out by the referee. Fourth official is telling him to get off the pitch. Ulsan attack again, swung in at pace. Good pressing, really good work. Let's go all the way back to the goalkeeper. And then it's delivered long. We're open for a second there, and then an offside flag is raised against Kim Min-jun. Nishimura is being withdrawn for Jun Amano. This is his main contribution right at the end of the first half. Really was a good break. Nice finish as well. Anderson Lopez. Nagato having his shirt pulled by Kim Min-jun. Amano did well, he turned and threads it wide left to Inoue. And then a foul by Yamane. Second head wound that a Yokohama player has suffered. Ulsan on the attack, the leaders of the K-League in Korea. Last year's defeated semi-finalists. Flicked on by Yu Min-kyu. Yakura goes out to Kouta Watanabe, who needs a shout. Got a kick, because he didn't get the shout in time. Ko Seung-bom, the guilty party, but he jogs away from the referee. Yanni Lok with the header down. Anderson Lopez collected, could open up here. But no, couldn't get this attack right. And that's nicely played by Ulsan. Now can they spring forward, having worked their way through a few passes? Yamane did really well there, covering that second line. Fresh energy in the press comes with all the substitutions, of course. Definitely suits the bigger clubs. Referee took his time and then gave the free kick. Kamishima, who is suffering the most. And another change underway. Ko Seung-bom is going off. Lee Kyun-sung coming on. Forward player. More of the ball, but they haven't really been creating what you call clear opportunities. Ulsan. Yokohama happy to soak up a lot of that possession and counter. How much can they soak up? Goes into the penalty area again and hacked away by Kouta Watanabe. Ball into the penalty area. It was a dangerous one. And Kim Min-jun wasn't far wide. Just offside, I think, isn't he, in the middle there? The man who heads it. Smashed forward by Nagato for the enthusiastic Inui. Not as enthusiastic as those supporters behind the stand, though, is he? Behind the goal. Worked wide to this right side and could be left if he gets the shout there. It was good defending by Koike. Overhit cross by Kim Min-jun. Happy to go long. Anderson Lopez was the target, but there are defenders outnumbering him. So Ulsan win it back again, and a foul on Lee Hugh-son. Referee happy that there's no more action needed against Amano. Might be some action needed against Nagato, but no. A couple of fouls in quick succession, breaking up any momentum that Ulsan were building. Can they set us up for an exciting finish? Kim Min-jun over the free kick. Defensive line is on the edge of the penalty area. It was a teasing one, just in advance of everybody. One defender had dropped early as well. I think it was Nagato. Home supporters cheering their side, singing their side. What they hope will be a victory. Work to do yet. Kamijima. Ordered to go back by Yamane. Lovely football again by Yokohama. Kota Watanabe. Anderson Lopez wanted it delivered early. I think he is onside, but I think his body language tells you everything. Don't know what his Japanese is like, but I think we know how he feels about that pass from the first goal scorer, Watanabe. Kim Min-jun. Again, but he has to go back. Start another attack, Ulsan. The pass was just enough to draw the challenge in, and Lim Jong-yeon was able to break away, and now Yeon Lok step over, a twist and a turn, and he plays it into the first defender who was squaring him up. Now Anderson Lopez. It's good control. It wasn't the greatest of passes from Jan Mateus. Fizzed into him. He might just go it alone here. The Brazilian, he has. What a goal! Anderson Lopez has surely wrapped up this victory for Yokohama, and he's done it in style. He's their top scorer. He's been their best player, and he has scored a magnificent goal. The second one on the break, he's onside. He was inside his own half. Well, he had options. And one of the options was just going in alone, and from well outside of the penalty area. The shot has power, and it has precision. Superb finish, ignored the runners, saw the gap, and there is no saving that wonderful goal by the big Brazilian. And Yokohama F Marinos wiping away those bitter memories, or some of them, from the first game, the 7-3 defeat. It's Ulsan who have problems, top of the league domestically, but no wins, no goals in the AFC Champions League after almost two match days. They were doing much of the probing in the second half, but not really creating many clear-cut chances. The best one, I think, for Lim Jong-Young, the one they totally missed contact with, the centre-back. They want a couple of changes. Five to play. Hutchinson would love to see that 5 minutes tick over in a flash. Long towards Iago. Nicely worked. Can the cross come in from Lee Mung-jae? And again, can they break once more? Yokohama. Anderson Lopez. And he spins it on again, but into it. Defender just gone back. Lim Jong-Young. Braver in the challenge there, Anderson Lopez, and then more skillful. No foul off the ball. They do this time, just opt to slow things down. Romano. Jan Mateus. He goes for goal, beaten away, came up fairly straight. A little lucky that it didn't go to an opponent. But now the break. And the race is on here. Kim Min-jun cuts inside, delivers the ball to the back post, and headed down. The shooting opportunity, can it be teed up? Eventually the shot comes in, the defender blocks, and the moment goes. Kim Min-jun couldn't make the most of it. Gap through the middle. Yokohama attack again. Inoue into the penalty area, trying to work himself a little bit of shooting room. Still waiting for the subs. And is there one last chance? There is. Here's an opportunity and an important save. Iago Caliello denied. Now the whistle goes. But when was there an offside? He goes through. He's definitely onside here. And that is an important save by the veteran goalkeeper. Best save that he's had to make. Now the changes. The excellent Brazilian goes off. Anderson, Lopez, shake of the head. And Jan Mateus, so two of the Brazilians are off, replaced by attackers. Asahi Oneka, who scored twice in that semi-final last season, 22-year-old. Also, the veteran Kota Mizunuma. Again, the flag is down. Kim Min-jun, Lee Kyu-seong, Kim Min-jun forces a corner. 4 minutes of time being added on, by the way. It's not been his day. The changes he made have been able to affect the game. He made 6 coming into it. He might reflect on that. Kim Min-jun with an in-swinging corner. Hoisted into that penalty area again. And a chance for another break. Kenta Inoue. Fresh legs around him, and he might just drive on alone. And now it's come back, and it must be, and it is. It is 4. And Yokohama running riot. And all of the grim feelings from that first leg are wiped away. Kota Mizunuma just on the pitch. And there was a gift here. Inoue led the break away. And the tired legs of the defenders couldn't stop the ball coming through to the man just on, Kota Mizunuma. And that's the easiest goal that the 34-year-old has scored. Well, what a turnaround. It would seem there's never a boring game for Yokohama F Marinos. Also wiped out their goal difference deficit. 2 games in, they've scored 7, conceded 7. You would imagine in order to win the competition they will have to tighten up defensively, although they haven't conceded many chances today against Ulsan. He's the winning coach. Mind already racing to next games, next challenges. Ulsan, big top of the table clash coming up the weekend. Not much time to turn things around. Plenty of travelling, of course. So there's not much time for the licking of wounds. Well, what a turnaround for Yokohama F Marinos. Hammered on the opening day. They dealt out a thrashing to Ulsan today. The 2 semi-finalists from last year, but there was a gulf between them. Excellent stuff from Yokohama. They took a 4th-minute lead. That certainly helped. Kota Watanabe on the end of a Brazilian-inspired move. And they grabbed a second on the break just before half-time again. The Brazilians combining for Nishimura's finish. And then late on 2 more, Anderson Lopez, best player on the pitch in my humble opinion. Fabulous goal for 3-0. And then the substitute, Mizinuma, on the end of another quick break and a tap-in at the end. Respect between the 2 coaches, but a big win for John Hutchinson and Yokohama F Marinos today. Repairing some of the damage from the first match day. It's Ulsan who've got the problems. 2 games, no points, no goals. But the AFC Champions League Elite rolls on. Full time at the International Stadium in Yokohama. Yokohama F Marinos 4, Ulsan HD 0.